अगले हफ्ते से इस कुर्सी पर होंगे देश के जाने माने निवेश गुरु और फाइनेंशियल जगत के दिग्गज, जो शेयर बाजार से जुड़ी आपकी हर उलझन आसान करेंगे।
नेशनल सिक्योरिटीज डिपॉजिटरी लिमिटेड या NSDL देश की सबसे पहली शेयर्स को डीमटीरियलाइज करने की सुविधा देने वाली कंपनी है। 1996 तक शेयर बाजार में कागजी शेयर्स का कारोबार होता था और शेयर सर्टिफिकेट्स को एक निवेशक से दूसरे निवेशक तक पहुंचने में वक्त लगता था। साथ ही सर्टिफिकेट्स के खोने और नुकसान होने का जोखिम रहता था। पर अगस्त 1996 में डिपॉजिटरीज एक्ट की रचना हुई और फिर NSDL को शुरू किया गया। NSDL के आने से कागजी शेयरों से जुड़ी सारी मुश्किलें दूर हो गई। आज देश में शेयर्स की खरीद फरोख्त केवल डीमैट में होती है। शेयर्स को किसी ब्रोकर या बैंक में खुले डिपॉजिटरी अकाउंट में रखा जाता है और वक्त आने पर अकाउंट में से शेयर्स इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली ट्रांसफर या डिपॉजिट किए जाते हैं।
Honorable Finance Minister, Mr. Ravi Narayan, Mr. Raghav Baid, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to be here in partnership with CNBC NSE for this investor education effort. जब हम लोगों ने डिपॉजिटरी की स्थापना की और हम निवेशकों से जाके बात करने की कोशिश करते थे, तो पहली चीज हमें यह समझ में आई कि जब हम निवेशकों को कुछ समझाने के लिए जाते हैं तो हम भी कुछ सीख कर वापस आते हैं। शुरू में जब डिपॉजिटरी में अकाउंट्स खुल रहे थे तो हम लोगों ने ये अकाउंट्स कहाँ से खुल रहे हैं इसका पिन कोड वाइज एनालिसिस किया, तो पता चला कि गुजरात से नहीं, महाराष्ट्र से नहीं, तो केरला से बड़े सारे अकाउंट्स खुले थे। और हम लोगों ने कहा कि ये तो हमें कभी पता नहीं था कि इक्विटी कल्चर केरला में इतना है कि केरला से सबसे ज्यादा अकाउंट खुले। तो काफी विचार मंथन के बाद हमें ये बात समझ में आई कि हमारा पूरा लिटरेचर जो था, जो माध्यम था हमारा निवेशकों के साथ बात करने का, वो अंग्रेजी में था और इंग्लिश एजुकेशन सबसे ज्यादा केरला में है। तो कमी हम लोगों में थी, निवेशक खाली केरला में नहीं थे। और हम लोगों ने पहला कदम ये उठाया कि अगर हमें डिपॉजिटरी का प्रचार करना है तो अलग अलग भाषाओं में जो माध्यम निवेशक को समझ में आए उस माध्यम में करना जरूरी है। The other lesson we learnt as we talked to the investors was that investor education content doesn't remain the same as you progress. While initially we had to convince people that depository as a system will work, that they are safe with an account which says that you have got 100 shares of L&T, as opposed to looking at a piece of paper that I indeed have 100 shares of L&T. This was the content of our presentation initially. Over a period of time it had to change, because in about 3 or 4 years time people said, we know the system works. You tell us what precautions we need to take while working in a new system. So the emphasis of investor education had to change. And where we stand today, I think we need to take the further step, because till now the investors who were coming into the depository system were people who had physical shares, or in other words, they were people who already knew what equity capital market was all about. But now increasingly we are going to get investors who don't know what equity capital market is all about, and we need to cater to that class of investors. So it's not enough just to tell them about the mechanics of the depository or the fact that they need to take XYZ precautions, but go wider than that and see that that investor is properly educated. An educated investor is probably our best insurance against his feeling let down by the market when he makes losses. So when NSE, CNBC, everybody came up with this proposal, we welcomed it. The Prime Minister Economic Council has estimated that we are creating something like 1.1 to 1.2 crore jobs every year. And even if we assume that only 20% of these new jobs that are created will be paying salaries to people where they have enough money to invest, and only half of those will invest into equity markets, still the job before us is stupendous. We need to educate 10 lakh, 1 million people every year who will be coming for the first time into the market. and that obviously cannot be done by a single institution. So we are happy that we are doing this as a collaborative effort. Thank you very much.
सरकार की पहल पर देश के जाने माने बैंक्स, इंश्योरेंस कंपनियां और कई फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस ने हाथ मिलाकर 1992 में की शुरुआत नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज की। एक ऐसा मंच जहां देश भर के निवेशकों को निवेश करने का एक साफ और सरल जरिया मिले। इस एक्सचेंज की बागडोर उन जानकारों के हाथ में है जो खुद तो निवेश में हाथ नहीं डालते, पर निवेशकों के हित के लिए कदम उठाते हैं।
Honorable Finance Minister, Mr. Chidambaram, distinguished guests, may I say how pleased, how delighted and how proud we are at NSC to partner with NSDL and CNBC Awaaz at this Pehla Kadam initiative for investor education. I must say that over the last few years, quite an enormous amount of information refreshingly has begun to become available for investors in our country and in our markets. But if you look at it carefully, you find that most of this information is actually meant for the existing investor. It's really meant for the sophisticated investor. In fact, in front of the finance minister, I would actually argue that truly investor education for the first time investor is actually quite an unfashionable topic. There are very few initiatives truly aimed at this subject, and therefore I feel really proud that CNBC Awaaz has come forward, has brought about this first step aimed at what I think is absolutely a crucial subject and a crucial topic to take the next step forward to transform our markets truly. You will actually see that the kind of information that should become available has just not been made available to investors, and I believe that the kind of initiative we are taking today will truly make a difference to the first time investor that should actually be part of our markets. I believe that the kind of initiative that we are taking will bring a very large number of investors to our doorstep. In fact, just to mention two numbers, even today, less than 4% of household financial savings actually make it to the market. This is a very real number. We just can't wish it away. Again, a very recent survey that came to my attention found that something like 2 to 3% of potential savers are actually investors. And it's truly part of our job to make a difference to the kind of investing community that needs to come forward. And with that, may I say how proud we are with this initiative, and we reaffirm that our commitment with CNBC Awaaz to spread this throughout the length and breadth of this country. Thank you very much.
कैसे पहला कदम बनेगा बाजार को समझने के सफर में आपका साथी बताएंगे एक छोटे से ब्रेक के बाद।